So hey guys, thank you. It's good to have you back. Again, my name is Daniel and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am documenting my entire experience selling on e-commerce, primarily across the two marketplaces that I've been selling on for the last 2 years, it's hard. It's been Amazon and eBay. And I want to kind of talk about how exactly you sell on these marketplaces. But today I want to focus on eBay, and on later and videos I'll talk about more about what I've been doing with Amazon. They're two, very different marketplaces. There's different strategies and different ways to be able to sell on these two marketplaces. It's a lot of information, so I want to separate them into future videos. But for today, I want to talk about eBay. So any question you guys have, please leave them on the comment section down below, and I will be more than happy to read through them, answer most of them, if not all of them, depending on how many questions you guys have. And let's get started. So what I'm doing on eBay is basically I am reselling. Okay, I am basically using eBay and also using a third-party software. I'm able to identify hot selling products that people are coming to eBay and are buying. It's not any specific category or any specific niche. It's basically I'm looking for anything that's on high demand and is generating sales and is generating traffic, right? Because when you sell on eBay, so eBay rewards you, right? So when your store is performing well, meaning you are getting a lot of visibility, which means traffic. So you have customers who are clicking on your listings, they're viewing your products, they're watching your products, meaning that someone is interested in buying that product, and potentially somewhere in the future, hopefully before the day ends, they buy your product, right? So there's an algorithm that the eBay has that monitors all these different activities that are happening behind the scenes, in the back end, if you will. And the eBay algorithm starts rewarding you when you're having excellent customer service metrics, meaning that the product that the customer is ordering from you, you are answering questions, you are making sure that the tracking is uploaded on time, that the product is arriving to the customer within the specified shipping times, right? So all these things come into play, and when you're doing this, in a way that it's obviously very efficient, eBay is going to reward you. eBay is going to bring you more traffic to your store. eBay is going to put your listings very high on search, right? Now there's other things you can do to kind of help you get your listings to be more visible, but as far as things that you can do by just operating a very efficient store will help you go a long way. And these are things that in the beginning I really had no clue. Like nobody taught me this, and even in some of the courses that I took, they really put more of an emphasis on making sure that you have a title with a bunch of keywords that people are able to find your product, and make sure that it's X characters in length, the title, because if you don't know, when you create a title on eBay, they recommend to take up the full 80 characters on your title, right? So these are some of the strategies of some of the people that I learned from in the past, kind of take to make sure the product gets to be visible in front of the customer, right? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I think it does. If you build a very good title that's SEO friendly within the eBay search bar, making sure that you're identifying the product correctly and you're using the right keywords is really going to help you. But what I have come to learn is that all that really doesn't matter if you're managing a very efficient store, and it all goes back to customer service, right? So, putting that aside for 1 second. um, so what I'm doing is that I'm finding all these high selling popular products. I'm putting them up on my eBay storefront, right? And marketing obviously through the eBay platform to potential customers. Now you will ask yourself your question: where are you getting these products from? And this is where it gets super interesting, and it's where it's kind of a game changer, especially for someone who may not have the capital like to invest in like large quantities of product up front. Like most people don't have like thousands upon thousands of dollars to invest in product ahead of time to then sell to consumers. Like most traditional brick and mortar or even other sellers who sell on online platforms, you need the product, right? So in my case, what I'm doing is something that has been around forever. It's basically the practice is, buy low here and sell high over there, right? So it's basically an arbitrage model. It's called online arbitrage, which basically means that I'm finding a product that is cheaper from one source and then marketing that same product on eBay for a slight price increase to cover for selling fees and obviously the profit that I would like to make in that item. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm rinse and repeat. Find the product cheaper somewhere else, take that product, list it on eBay, and sell it for a small profit. Now you may be asking yourself, is this stuff even legal? I am not an attorney. I'm not gonna offer any legal advice. But I will say that you're not breaking any laws. There's no laws to be broken, right? Because you're buying a product, which anybody can buy a product, right? Anybody can buy a product, right? And you can sell it to someone else on Amazon or eBay. Like anybody can do that, right? So there's no laws to be broken, right? But again, if you're concerned and want to get more information, I would encourage you to maybe talk to someone for some legal advice if you want to, and they'll be able to say whether or not you're violating any laws. But I don't think you are going to be violating any laws. So I don't want to get in too much into that, but I thought I will bring it up because I know it's a genuine question that probably will come up. So if you have any more questions like that, just put them in the comments down below, and I'll try to answer them to the best that I can. So basically, that's what you're doing, and that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years. Now, there's another term that is, obviously very popular for sellers who are in this space, right? And that word is called drop shipping, right? So drop shipping has been around forever. Like it's not something that is just new to e-commerce in the last few years. It's been around forever, right? Big companies you drop ship. Walmart drop ships, Wayfair drop ships, a bunch of big box retailers drop ship. And basically what drop shipping is just a fulfillment process. It's basically for example, the what's the word I want to use here? So like the manufacturer, right? So the manufacturer sells that product to a distributor, right? And then that distributor, sells it to retail stores, individual sellers, other businesses, right? That's what they do. And what happens sometimes is that maybe you, as the buyer from that distributor, you don't want to handle the product, right? But you buy the product from them, and then that distributor will ship the product right to your customer, right? That's basically what drop shipping is, right? You're the middleman. The product is coming from the fulfillment center, and from the fulfillment center is going right to the customer, and you never see the product, right? So that's what drop shipping is. It's a business. It's not a business model. It's more like a fulfillment process. Let me just check my timer. So actually, I set it for 10 minutes. I don't want to go too much over in this video. So that's basically what it is, guys. It's drop shipping. You take the product, you get it to your customer, and you never see it. So that's what I've been doing specifically. And I use a variety of suppliers. I have used wholesalers to have the product shipped, right to my customer. I have used other retailers that have products at a reasonable price where there's enough to kind of make a decent margin if I were to sell it on a marketplace like eBay or Amazon. And if you do this at scale, like over time, right, these small margins can increase, right? So you're talking about, let's say you generate like $10,000 in sales, you could potentially make $1,000 profit off of those sales, right, over a 30-day period. Now, granted, there's a lot of things you also have to consider, right? There's selling fees, there's other fees if you're using any third-party software, which I will talk about in future videos. But for the most part, if you are able to get a 10% profit on average, the possibility is definitely there for you to be able to make at least $1,000 every month, selling approximately about $10,000 worth of products. So with that, I'll leave you guys with that piece of information on this video. I think I've shared a lot. There might be a lot of questions. So for that reason, please, go ahead and leave them down below. I'll answer them to the best that I can, as I said before. And once again, my name is Daniel, and thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it if you will, subscribe to the channel, hit on the notification bell so that you know when the next video is coming out. And again, I thank you for spending some time with me. Until the next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.